Hello developers, welcome back to our channel. In our last video, we have explored some awesome VS Code extensions for front-end developers. Today we are switching our gears, and in this video, I'll show you some fantastic PHP and Laravel extensions within VS Code. These extensions are like your coding companion, making your PHP and Laravel projects easier and more efficient.
But before we dive into that, let me tell you about my ebook JavaScript, a comprehensive guide from ES 2015 to ES 2023, which is a must-have for any JavaScript developer. The ebook provides in-depth coverage of ES 2015 to ES 2023 features and enhancements, enabling you to write better and more efficient code by utilizing advancements like arrow functions, async await, promises, and more JavaScript features. Using clear explanations and real-world examples, the ebook makes it easy for you to grasp even the most challenging concepts with ease. Moreover, it includes practical tips and best practices for writing efficient and maintainable JavaScript code, making it an invaluable resource for small personal projects and large-scale applications. The world of JavaScript moves fast, and this ebook will keep you up to date with the latest trend and developments. Whether you are an experienced JavaScript developer or just starting, this ebook is an excellent resource to take your skill to the next level, allowing you to write cleaner, more efficient, and more maintainable code. So don't miss out, grab your copy today and take your JavaScript skill to new heights.
So our first PHP extension is PHP Intelephense. This one, it is a powerful Visual Studio Code extension designed to supercharge your PHP development experience. It provides a wide range of features that will streamline your development process. For example, it provides features like code completions for classes, methods, functions, and variables, real-time error reporting and code analysis, on mouse over, instant access to functions and variable documentations, and many other features. Let's install this and see. It is installed. Now let's go to any PHP file. Let's say in the model user.php, and here let's say we have any method public function. Let's say method name is xyz, and it accepts int $number. Then do something. Now let's go to another PHP file. Let's say the controllers, or let's say in this verify email controller, and right here in this invoke method, let's initialize $user is equal to new user. Now here you can see this extension has smartly suggested app models user class, and on press enter it has automatically imported that class. Now let's call $user, the method name xyz. You can see it has scanned the user model class and suggested the method xyz, and it has also suggested that it required variable integer number. And on press enter, let's pass 10. On hover this method, you can see this extension has provided the documentation for this method. This extension also provides go to definition feature. For example, right click on this method. In the context menu, we have an option go to definition. On click this, it will take us to its definition. Similar like that, it provides lots of features. The PHP Intelephense extension is a must-have for any PHP developer. It is easy to use and offers a number of benefits that can help you to improve your productivity. Now let's see our next extension. Our next extension is PHP Class Generator. This one. This extension helps you to generate PHP classes, interfaces and traits. This can be a huge time saver, especially if you are working on a large project with lots of different classes. Let's install this and see. So it is installed. Now let's create any PHP class. Let's say the app. Here we have a PHP file, helper.php. Now to generate PHP class, let's open the command menu. So press Ctrl Shift P and here I will search for generate PHP class. This one, the second option. Press enter and it has automatically generated class for us. And also it has automatically inserted namespace for it. Similarly, we can also generate traits. So Ctrl Shift P and generate trait and press enter. And now we have helper trait. This PHP class generator extension is very useful. It speeds up your class creation and reduce errors. Now let's see our next extension. So our next extension is PHP Namespace Resolver. This one. This Namespace Resolver extension is a valuable tool that simplifies the management of class namespace for PHP developers. It streamlines the process of resolving namespaces, managing use statements, and keeping track of class imports. Let's install this and see. It is installed. Now let's go to our newly created class helper.php. Let's suppose here we have a method public function and let's say function name is process. Let's suppose it requires a request $request parameter. Now we need to resolve this class. So right click on this and in this context menu we have new option import class. Let's click this and it has given us the list of classes related to request and we need this one. Let's click this and you can see it has automatically imported this class, saving a lot of time and effort. Similarly, it also provides a feature to expand classes in line. For example, let's remove this use statement and let's suppose we want to expand this request in line. So right click and here in this context menu we have option expand class. Click this and this has provided the list of classes to choose from and let's click this one and it is expanded in line. This namespace resolver extension is very useful and going to save a lot of time. Let's see the next extension. Our next extension is PHP DocBlocker, the first one. As its name suggests, this extension helps you to generate and complete PHP documentation for your PHP code. Let's install and see this. It is installed. Now let's go to user.php and here we have xyz method and to create docblock for this method type /** and press enter. The extension has automatically generated docblock for this method, specifying that it accepts integer number and returns void. One of the great features of this extension is its ability to autocomplete PHP doc tags. For example, let's suppose here I type @author and it has automatically suggested the PHP doc tag author, and on press enter it has given the option to fill name and email address. Similarly, let's say one more example. So @copyright and now we get the smart suggestion of option copyright. On press enter and it has inserted the possible value. Using PHP DocBlocker extension can simplify code documentation and enhance code readability. Give it a try and see how it can benefit your PHP development workflow. Let's see our next extension. Our next extension is PHP CS Fixer. This one. PHP CS Fixer is a tool that automatically formats your PHP code to meet coding standards. This tool can help you write cleaner and more readable code, which is always good thing. I highly recommend this extension and have even created a dedicated video tutorial on how to set up and use PHP CS Fixer in your PHP project. You can find the link to the tutorial in the description below. I strongly suggest checking it out. Our next extension is Laravel Extra Intellisense. This one. This extension offers a wide range of features that can supercharge your Laravel development. It provides comprehensive auto-completion feature for Laravel functions, methods, and classes. Scroll down. You can see it provides auto-completions for various Laravel features such as route, views, config, validation rules, and many more. Scroll down. There are also GIF images demonstrating how it auto-completes for routes and their parameters, views and variables, configs, and so on. Let's install this and see. It is installed. Now let's go to routes, and here we have auth.php routes. Now in this auth route file, you can see we have route names such as password request, password email, password reset, password update, verification notice, and more other routes. Now let's navigate to blade file. Let's say in the home blade.php. Right here, let's type in route, and in the single quote you can see it has auto completed the all route names available in the Laravel application. Let's say I want to use password. Now you can see this extension provided smart autocomplete suggestions for the route names related to password. On press enter, here we have password confirm. Similarly, let's try for config. So config, and then in single quote, this extension has smartly suggested all the configuration value for this project. Let's say we want to use app.name. So this Laravel Extra Intellisense extension is very useful for Laravel developers. It can boost your productivity, reduce errors, and help you make the most of Laravel's features. So this is must-have extension for Laravel developers. Now let's see our next extension. Our next extension is Laravel Model Snippets. This one. This extension provides a set of code snippets that can help you quickly generate boilerplate code for eloquent models. Let's install this and see. It is done. Now let's go to model user.php, and here to generate boilerplate code type model, and this extension has suggested all the snippets related to models. Let's suppose I want to insert appends array. So type : ap, and this will suggest the snippet code for appends array. So press enter, and it has inserted the appends array with this PHP doc. Similarly, let's suppose we want to insert cast attribute, then type model c, and this will suggest the relevant snippet, and then press enter. Now we have cars snippet, and we can set these values according to our needs. Let's remove this. Now if we see this extension and scroll down, here is the list of model snippets it provides. This extension will save you a lot of time by generating modal snippets effortlessly. Now let's try next extension and search for Laravel Blade Snippets. This one. As its name suggests, this extension provides various snippets for Laravel Blade file. And not only that, it also provides Blade syntax highlights support for Visual Studio Code. Before installing this extension, let's navigate to, let's say, login.blade.php, and here we have some Blade syntax like add csrf and this add errors, and this is the syntax for if conditions, but you can see their syntax are not highlighted. Now let's install this extension and see the difference. It is installed. Now let's go back to login blade file and immediately you can notice the difference. Now these syntax are highlighted and you can notice here also. It also provides Blade syntax, so let's see this also. So to add Blade syntax, first type b : and let's suppose we want to add if condition. So if, now you can see it has suggested the snippet for Blade if condition, this one. Press enter. Now it has added the Blade if condition. Similarly, let's say we want to add for each loop. So type b : for each, now, and select this one for each block and press enter. Now it has added the for each loop. On this extension page, scroll down, here it provides these features: Blade syntax highlights, Blade snippets, emit work for Blade template, and also Blade formatting. Here we have list of Blade snippets it provides. So this extension is very useful and will save you a lot of time by generating Blade snippets effortlessly. Now let's see our next extension. Let's search for Laravel Blade Spacer. This one. This Laravel Blade Spacer can save a lot of time by automatically adding spacing to your Blade templating markers. For example, in the Blade file, let's say login blade.php, and here on type double curly braces, there is no space between them. I had to add spaces manually like this. This Laravel Blade Spacer extension will help you on this. So let's install this and see. It's done. Now let's navigate to Blade file and let's add double curly brackets, and immediately you can notice that it has automatically inserted a space between the braces. It also works for start curly brackets and double exclamation sign, and automatically it has inserted the spaces. This small feature can save you a lot of time, especially if you are working with a lot of Blade files. It is definitely worth checking out. Our next extension is Laravel Pint. This one. This extension is similar to PHP CS Fixer. Laravel Pint is a tool that can format your PHP code to meet coding standards. The main difference between PHP CS Fixer and Laravel Pint is that PHP CS Fixer can be used for any PHP projects, but the Laravel Pint is specifically designed for Laravel projects. To learn more about how to use Laravel Pint, I have created a dedicated video tutorial. You can find the link to this tutorial in the description. I highly recommend giving it a watch. Let's see our next extension. Our next very useful extension is .env. This .env extension enhances the readability of .env files by providing syntax highlighting. Let's install this. It is done, installed. Now let's navigate to .env file, and here you can see how well highlighted presentation of all the values, making it much easier to read. It's definitely worth giving it a try. Now let's close all of these and see our next extension. Next extension is the Better PHPUnit. This one. If you write PHPUnit tests for your projects, then the Better PHPUnit extension for VS Code will be a valuable tool for you. It can save you a lot of time. Let me show you how. So let's navigate to test unit example test.php. In this file we have very basic test. So to run the test we need to open the terminal and run vendor bin PHPUnit. It will run all the tests in the project. If you want to run specific test, you can use the -- filter option. And then we can pass the test name. In our case, let's say we want to test this. So let's copy this method name and is equal to, paste it right here. Press enter. The test will pass if everything is correct. But this process can be time consuming and frustrating if you need to switch between your code editor and the command line frequently. The Better PHPUnit extension helps solve this problem by allowing you to run your test directly from Visual Studio Code. It provides you with quick feedback on your code without needing to switch to command line. Let's install this and see. It is done. Now let's navigate to our example test.php file, and to run this test, first we need to place our cursor in the method and open the command menu. So Ctrl+Shift+P and search for Better PHPUnit, and we need to run this option, Better PHPUnit run, and press enter. You can see it has executed this task, the test name, and it has executed vendor bin PHPUnit in the projects directory. I like to use keyboard shortcuts to run the test fast. So let's add the keyboard shortcut. To do this, let's open the command menu. So Ctrl+Shift+P and search for keyboard shortcuts. The first option, preferences, open keyboard shortcuts, and press enter. And here search for Better PHPUnit. And we want to set the keyboard shortcut for the first option, PHPUnit run. So let's double click this, and here you can set your preferred shortcut. I like to use Ctrl+T and press enter. It's done. Now let's go to example test. First, place our cursor inside the method and press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+T. And here we go, it has executed this command and the test is passing. To make sure, let's set false and run this test again, Ctrl+T. And here we go, this test is failing. So it is working. If you like to write your test in the past, this Better PHPUnit also supports past. So to verify this, press Ctrl+, and here let's search for Better PHPUnit, and this is the extension settings for Better PHPUnit, and here we can see the binary file path for past, and this is the binary file path for PHPUnit. So how it works, in the composer.json, in the dependencies, it searches for past. If it finds the past, then it is going to run vendor bin past. Otherwise it will run vendor bin PHPUnit. We can also override this binary path option. For example, Laravel provides PHP Artisan test command to run these tests. So instead of running vendor bin PHPUnit, let's say we want to run PHP Artisan test. So click this gear icon and copy setting ID. Now because we want to set this for this project only, so let's select the workspace and click this icon to open workspace settings.json. And in the codes. Let's paste this and set its value PHP Artisan test. It's done. Now let's go back to example test.php. First make sure our cursor inside the method and press Ctrl T, and now you can see it has executed PHP Artisan test. With this better PHPUnit, you can save time and improve your productivity by staying in your code editor and running your tests faster and more efficiently. This is all in this video. I hope you found this video informative and that you are excited to start using these extensions in your own projects. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more such tutorials. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and happy coding.